Gary Streisky is back. I remain on this program. I was holding down yesterday.
Hey, man.
I missed you, dude.
Hardest worker in the room, Randy Scott. That's what you call yourself.
We both know who the hardest worker is.
It's the Celtics. It's the Pacers. Indy, they're not working too hard. They've lost 6 straight games. Meanwhile, Jaylen Brown has 7 straight 30-point games, and this is just easy, too. Kids, get outside. Work on your jump shot. 17 30-point games this season for JB. What about Peyton Pritchard? 29 points for Pritch. Celtics, though, were down 1. About a minute later, it's Brown. Again, he's going to get the feed from Pritch. And that's just the easy finish, man. Smooth off the glass. Celtics end up taking the lead 53-48, and then JB, man, feeling himself, kicks it to Derek White. Boston, as a team, made 20 threes. They were 20 for 39 from distance. The mid-range was working, too. Didn't bite on the hezzy. That's all good. Celtics 47 points in the second quarter. Their third most in a quarter in franchise history since the year 2000. Also, by the way, Sam Hauser off the bench. 7 of 8 from 3. He had 23 points. Jaylen Brown, that 30-point streak. He needs 6 more to extend it to 8 games. Well, let's cut that deficit in half. Listen, they were up 25 with 5 to go. He's like, I don't care, man. I'm getting to this 30 points, dude. And he did. Boston 8-2 in their last 10 games. Brown, another 30-piece, 4 steals, and the Celtics, for the second time this season, get to 140 points in the win. So last night, JB's 8th straight game with 30 points, passing Paul Pierce in 2006 for the second longest streak in franchise history, 1 shy of tying Larry Legend in 1985 for the longest streak of 30-point games in Celtics history.
Devin Booker taking on the Pelicans. He had some teammates with him as well. You're going to see Mark Williamson in just a second, as a matter of fact. Look at old Mark Trilliums off the backboard to himself.
We knew he had it.
Go ahead, big fella. He's on a bit of a heater as well. He's got 4 straight 20-point games. We got more of that in just a moment. For now, Booker, the floater. Hey, you ever seen that movie, It?
I have.
You know there's a red balloon in it?
Very familiar with it.
Gary has a story about a red balloon that he told in the break. It is terrifying. That was Devin Booker. That's Williams from Colin Gillespie. Here comes Colin, and he's caught a big, assist.
Finish it, dude.
Assist. 24 points for Williams, 13 rebounds. Jordan Poole to Zion. Williamson coming off the bench is Zion. He's got 4 straight 20-point bench games. That is Gillespie. More like Trillespie. No, it doesn't work.
Call him that.
It doesn't work.
I'm
16 points, 9 dimes. Booker had 5 dimes to go with 30 points and 9 rebounds. The Suns win 115-108. Back-to-back losses here for New Orleans. Speaking of a loss, had a major injury out west. Lakers guard Austin Reaves, a grade 2 strain in his left calf muscle. We got Dave McMenamin on it. He's expected to miss around 4 weeks before he's reevaluated the calf issue. A bit of a repeat offender now. Reaves recently missing 3 games because of a mild calf strain in that left leg. He's averaging nearly 27 points per this season.
And those Lakers, they're actually in the top half of the Western Conference table, so implications certainly abound, and that's why we're now joined by Anscape senior writer David Dennis Jr. this morning. David, fantastic to see you. Good morning. How big of an impact will Austin Reaves' injury have on these Lakers?
Well, first, we got to talk about what this impact will be on Austin Reaves. You kind of feel for the guy. 11th highest scorer in the league. He was probably going to be an all-star, maybe most improved player, maybe sneak into the all-NBA there. That's probably all out the window with just all the time missed. But for the Lakers, this could not have come at a worse time. Luka is slumping right now. JJ Redick is throwing temper tantrums after every game. And the team is outscored by 59 points with LeBron James on the court. The team is worse offensively and defensively without Reaves. This puts more pressure on LeBron, who looks older than he's ever been, puts more pressure on Luka. This Lakers team defense has fallen absolutely off a cliff. I would not be surprised if by the time Austin Reaves comes back, they are looking up from a play-in spot and not in the 4th seed where they are right now.
From a play-in spot in just about a month's time.
8 games,
all right.
above 500 right now.
Remember, today's going to be an uncomfortable practice for JJ Redick and company. Redick said so himself yesterday. All right, it's time now for a segment that we're calling Dennis the Menace, where you, David Dennis Jr., are going to give us a menace who could really be a problem for the rest of the NBA season. Who you got?
It's up in New York, the Knicks, Mitchell Robinson. Look at what this dude did to the Cavs on Christmas Day. Kenny Atkinson, after that game, was banging the table, not off of Jalen Brunson, not off of Karl Anthony Towns. It was the fact that Mitchell Robinson came in that 4th quarter for 3 minutes, had about 4 or 5 offensive rebounds, and that cut the lead from 13 down to 1. He abused Jared Allen down in the paint, and he's been doing that to a lot of teams this season. He's got about 9 offensive rebounds per 36 minutes. Nobody's ever had more than about 7.5. He is an absolute menace coming off the bench. Only playing 18 minutes, and teams are game planning for the fact that you have to not only stop Jaylen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns, but if you do, there is a good chance that Mitchell Robinson's going to get an offensive rebound and kick it out for them to restart that offense. This dude is a real impact player at under 20 minutes, and he is a key for the Knicks. They're going to make it to the finals.
All right. Real impact player. Just like David Dennis Jr.
Just like David Dennis.
Every morning with us on SportsCenter. I thought he was going to go Dylan Brooks.
Also a menace.
Just because I heard menace and immediately thought.
We all did.
Immediately thought Dylan Brooks, but Mitch.
Absolute menace for other reasons, yes.
For other reasons, indeed. David Dennis Jr. joining us this morning on SportsCenter. D, much appreciated.
All right, Phil, let's do some NBA. Sixers and Bulls. Chicago going for 5 straight wins. That's Joel Embiid. My man had him a game last night. Third quarter, we're tied at 52. Paul George feeds Joel, and Joel's like, I got 3 of these. Told you he was on one. Later, Chicago ball. Jaylen Smith, little jab step for 3. Bulls cut the lead to 1. Next play, Tyrese Maxey. Give it to Embiid. Embiid got a long 2. Sixers back up 3. They get the ball again. And who? Embiid. This time tries to draw the foul and just throws that up and it goes. Oh my. No foul call. Philly up by 5 to the 4th. Sixers up 2. Embiid gives to Maxey. Maxey takes it back. He had 27. The lead is 4. Under 3 minutes to go. Sixers up 1. Embiid working down low. Turns. Too easy. 102-99 Philly. And those would be the last points that the Sixers would score. Bulls down 3 later. Giddey to Smith. Smith all over Embiid. Oh, my goodness. Embiid didn't have a chance. Bulls cut the lead to 1. Man, next Bulls possession, because the Sixers didn't score, so we don't need to show you any Sixers possessions. Kobe White is going to be ISO'd on Embiid, and he's going to take a little of that inspiration from that play into this play. Step back. All over Joel. Bulls take the lead. They go up 2. Next Bulls possession. White says, now I want the screen. He trips and falls, but Trey Jones is there, got his brothers back. Bulls win 109-102 to get their 9th double-digit comeback win, most in the NBA.
Way up top the East, the Pistons got to face the music. They visit the Jazz. Detroit off to the second-best 30-game start in franchise history. First quarter, motorcade. Through 3 defenders, finishing with his left hand. He had 11 points and 13 assists at halftime, but the Pistons just up 1 at recess. 9 minutes to play. Pistons down 9. Now or never. Cade Cunningham, how about now? That pulls Detroit within 6. 2 minutes later, still a 6-point game. Duncan Robinson had 4 threes Friday night. This one cut the lead in half. Pistons within 3. 4 to go. Let's jazz things up a little bit. Cunningham to Isaiah Stewart, blocked by Yusuf Nurkic, and defense to offense. Isaiah Collier, high percentage bucket for him. Jazz up 5. Nurkic, 16, 11, and the 2 blocks. A minute left. Utah's up 2. Keontae George with the pick. Run. It's George. He's had 7 straight games of 20 or more points. Jazz up 4. Ensuing Pistons trip up the floor. Cunningham, 13 first-half helpers. Here just helps himself. Pulls the Pistons back within 2. 25 seconds to play. Cunningham, defense into offense for his part. Steal, inside, layup, no, but he's fouled. Made both free throws to tie the game. 29 points, 17 dimes for Cunningham. We're staring down OT in Salt Lake, but George knows they're not paid by the hour, they're paid by the game. And that's what he calls 31, 8, and 7, and a go-ahead bucket with 2 seconds left. But go ahead and make that the game-winning bucket as Cunningham is D'd up. Desperation 3, no good. All that jazz. Utah snaps a 4-game losing streak against the best team in the East.
Phil, more Friday night hoops. Bucks and Grizzlies. John Morant making his return from a 4-game absence. He's missed 14 of the Grizzlies' last 16 games. Second quarter, he's back. Ja with 17 on the night. That one was fancy. Grizzlies down 6. Later, the team from Memphis is down 4. Morant, crossover, step through, layup. Later in the second, they're down 3. Ja again with the handles, the spin, off glass. Grizzlies down 1. Less than 10 seconds left in the half. Morant driving to the cup again and throws a last-second dime to Jaylen Wells. Nice no-look from Ja Grizz, up 10 at the break. Morant not the only Grizzly with a monster game. Early third quarter. Swinging it to Jaren Jackson Jr., who drives on Miles Turner. Float on. Grizz back up 10. 2 minutes later, they're up 6. Kevin Porter Jr. for 3. No. Turner, the offensive rebound, tries to put back. Jackson Jr. says, man, get that out of here. And gets it to Ja, and Ja goes coast to coast. Jackson Jr. with 24, 9 boards, 5 blocks, and Morant to celebrate this win. He gritties off the court. Memphis 125-104 for the victory. Let us talk about it now with David Dennis Jr. and David's 3 things. With Christmas Day in the rearview mirror, my friend, we want to know the 3 things you're most interested in seeing play out during the rest of the NBA season. So count them down. Start at number 3, please.
All right, so number 3, we're going to start with the youth movement with these rookies. We are looking at potentially one of the great rookie classes that we have seen in recent memory in the NBA. Of course, we all know about Cooper Flag. He just had 33, 9, and 9 a few days ago against Denver. He's exceeded all expectations. He keeps setting these records. It's always good when they say the best since LeBron James was a teenager to do this. But don't forget about guys like Conka Nipple, who's set the record for most threes, the quickest to get to 100 threes. Then there's my guy, the big blizzard, Derek Queen out there in New Orleans. We haven't even mentioned VJ Edgecombe, Coward in Memphis, Harper in San Antonio. This rookie class is already explosive, and they're going to be great for years to come.
I like it. I like it. So what's the number 2 thing you're most watching for?
All right, let's take a trip up to the Big Apple. We got to talk about the New York Knicks. Are they going to make their 21st century debut in the NBA Finals? They are primed to do it. They look as good as they have looked in recent memory. Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns are humming offensively. Their defense is picking up. Mitchell Robinson on the offensive glass is causing headaches for opposing coaches. Then you got to add in the fact of what the East looks like. The Cleveland Cavaliers have fallen off. Detroit looks good, but they're still young. Of course, there's Giannis and the Bucks and what they're struggling with. Philadelphia is not doing much. This is a clear pathway for the Knicks to get to the finals. Now, when they get there, who knows what's going to happen when they actually get there. But at least the folks in New York will be screaming Knicks tape for them to get to the finals. And they should use these next few weeks to really separate themselves from a lot of other teams in the East.
All right, we'll see if that happens. Okay, give me the number 1 thing you're watching for.
So a couple of weeks ago, the number 1 thing would have been the Thunder cruising to like 75 wins or so. But the San Antonio Spurs are now the story in the NBA. They have moved onto OKC's corners, and they have taken their block in the last 12 days. They've beaten them those 3 straight games, and now it's the Spurs that look like they could be one of the surprise stories that we've seen. Victor Wembanyama hasn't even really come back from injury to play his full slate of minutes, and they have won 8 games in a row, beating those Thunder in those games. Those guards look unstoppable. The San Antonio Spurs are looking like one of these surprise stories. We thought they would be a good story, but now they are legitimate championship contenders. And what they can do, and building with this rivalry, which I think is the next great NBA rivalry, OKC and San Antonio for years to come, that is what I cannot wait to see for the rest of the season.
They can't stand each other. It is so much fun watching them play. David Dennis Jr.
Oh, let the hate, you got to let the hate building in their chest. It's so beautiful to see. You got to just let it flourish.
See it, absolutely. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.